start with some live matches, but here's what I want you to do. So the new principle that we're going over is velocity, which is the tempo or the pace of the match or the situation. So that's what we're taking a look at, and I want you to grab a partner, and we'll rotate several times on this and roll with them. Nice and easy. And be on the lookout for techniques where by just changing the tempo, by just changing the pace, the velocity, that technique becomes entirely different. It becomes more effective is what we're going for. So grab a partner and roll with the mindset of, okay, if I change my pace right here, what would that do? And then we're gonna take a look at some specific situations here in a few more minutes. All right, so this is phase one. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Tempo. We talked about driving a Tesla on Tuesday night, and that, man, you get in a Tesla and you peg it, and that 0 to 60 is so jarring. You know, it puts your head back in the seat and you're like, oh my goodness! It's crazy. But if you're already going 60 and then you peg it, it's still a jolt. You still feel, you know, this extra energy that's being put out, but it's not quite the same as when you were completely stopped. So kind of the slower that you're going, when you hit that gas and you increase that velocity, it has a bigger effect than if you're already going fast and then you try to go a little bit faster. Okay, so Peter, come on out. And again, we're just trying to take a look at like situations and ideas that we can develop velocity with. So Peter, why don't you lay down? Kind of an open guard situation. I did this with Rachel in our little warm-up roll that we did, and it was slow. I'm just controlling's kind of slow, and then I kind of do a little side step that some of you guys really like to do, where this step over step, where we're coming in here like this, and then we just step across the leg. So we're here, we step across the leg. We're here, we're slow, and then a quick, boom, stepping across the leg. Rachel brought her legs back in, so this was a nice combo. So I stepped across, she brought her legs back in, and then a quick Toreando / kind of X pass there. So it was slow, and then it was fast, stepping across. He recovered, and then another quick burst there. So here's what we're doing. We're kind of moving, changing our angles, controlling those shins. I don't want to let him come up and grab anything on me. So we're maintaining this long range distance here. If he sits up, I'll shut that down by grabbing his ankles. I don't want him sitting up. So it's here. If he tries to reach for me, I can back out a little bit. And then now I'm stepping across. Stepping across. I don't expect this to facilitate a guard pass. I'm expecting that this just gets the ball rolling. 1, he recovers as anticipated. Move that leg back, pin the hip, push the knee by, and then fill up that space, and this is where we slow things back down. We got past the leg. He's gonna be working really diligently to recover from this situation that he just botched up. Okay, so this is where I slow things down as he tries to recover. Slow, slow, slow. Just pin him and cook him and control him there. Okay, so one more time. Stepping, moving that leg back. Clear a path. If I stay like this, I'm going to throw his leg into my own leg. Clear a path, and then in, and now he's going to move, and I'm going to slow things down. I'm going to lock him down. There, like that. And then it's your partner's turn. Peter goes. Boom. I'm trying to recover, and he pushes by on that same side. Again. Steps through, trying to recover, and then he pushes by. Beautiful. Okay. So practice this back and forth with your partners. 1, 2, 3. Advancement in position. Now, okay, so I think we already kind of mentioned this. That velocity change, it can be very subtle, it can be a very small change in velocity, or it can be big, and based on your like competence in a particular movement will sort of determine how aggressive that velocity change is. So if this guard pass sequence is a little new for you, and you're kind of fumbling through it, then don't do more than your body and mind are capable of. So it might slow down. So we're here, and then I change the velocity just a little bit to make sure that I get a nice clean step over, and then I recognize what I got, and I come in, push that by, and lock him down. But as we feel better and better, move in, it's quick. There, I lock him down. Okay, he's fighting, he's trying to move. Now, our next change in position is going to be the mount. I've slowed things down, I'm locking him down, and we're going to do a step over to the mount. Here, if I can score a crossface, that's great. If he's blocking that crossface, I usually come all the way over here to the other side, bringing my knee in, this hand's ready to go, blocking the hip so he can't chase guard back, and again, I'm slowing things down. I'm cooking them here. And then when the moment is right, knees coming to the hip. Watch this. Here. And then I pull myself in. I'm not going to do this, where now he has room to maybe get his shin back in. So it's going to be right here. Yeah, look at that. And then I pull myself in there. Step over. Lock him down. Got the crossface this time. I'm still cooking him though. Still cooking him. Notice the hook right there, right away. Last thing that we want is to have a nice change in position, only to have him hip escape and put us back into half guard. So make sure we go here, and then I'm dropping the hips and I'm throwing that hook in there. Okay, now if he tries to go the other way, throw the hook in there. This is my control. And I cook him again here, slowing things down. Okay, try it. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to add a third one. So kind of slow motion here. Stepping across. I'm banking that he's going to recover. Hand on the hip. Pushing, driving in. Slow things down now. So we were fast, now we're slowing things down. Making sure that he doesn't scramble and get a form of guard back. And then when the moment is right, notice the knee that's coming to his hip. Quick step over, hooking. And then that hook becomes a deep hook here to maintain position. I already have my hand under his neck for the crossface. And now we're slowing things down. We're cooking him here. He's moving. He's trying to create some motion. All right, so we're cooking him, and then we're going to come in. For an Ezekiel, there's two versions. There's the Nogi Style, which I kind of lean towards that style. So if you want to watch this, come over here so you can see what my hand is doing here. We want to sell this fast because if he sees it coming, he's going to start looking towards that way, so I can't get my fist into his neck. And then, of course, he's going to be trying to block with that hand too. So I want to be on the inside of this, but I don't want to give it away too soon. Here. And then after we slow things down here, I'm going to come in. Slowly, for the Nogi Style, there's no thumb. We're going right on our forearm. And then my pinky side goes right into his jugular here. And then I bury my head, and then I'm shrugging as I push the pinky into his carotid there for the Nogi Style Ezekiel. If it's in the gi, and I want to put my fingers in, I go here, then the hand comes around to the opposite side, and now this is where I'm going to pull away. So I'm going to separate myself from him there to finish. So the Nogi Style is here. If I'm going to use my cuff, all the way to the opposite side, and then I'm extending away. Change that velocity. Come in, hold him down. Hold him down. Hold him down. Give it a try. 1, 2, 3. Series of movements that allow you to explore and feel the change of tempo, the change of velocity. I feel pretty good about what we did. Now as we go into live rolls, be looking for those opportunities to change your velocity. Be looking for the opportunities to slow the match down, slow it down, and then hit the gas pedal and go where you want to go, and then slow it back down. And the more unpredictable you are with your pace, with your velocity, the harder you are to read, and the more problematic you become to that person. But when you're floored the entire time, you're predictable. You're predictably fast. If you're slow and slothful the entire time, you're predictable in that way. But when you're constantly idling and redlining, that's a problem. That's a problem. Now, the trick is to not show your hand. So Peter, come here. You know, because maybe some, especially you guys that are more experienced, you've maybe sensed this before. Where, I don't know, let's just do the one thing that we did here like this. Okay, so you come out here like this, and you can just feel them get ready to go. You know it's coming because they're giving it away. They're building all of this energy, and you know it's just a matter of seconds before it's go time, which makes you predictable. So the trick is, any of these velocity changes, we do it in a way where it's unpredictable. Okay, and if he starts to progress here like this, I go back. Maybe we go to the other side. Here. I'm not sure. Maybe I want to go this way. Pulls it back. And then I go. Okay, so you got to find that sweet spot of changing that velocity, but not showing your hand at the same time and making yourself predictable. All right, so let's work this out for the next 30 minutes live. Ready? 1, 2, 3.